Okay, welcome back to episode 4 of Satisfactory, and today starts my city of factories, which is going to be basically a few buildings here that are building various things, like reinforced iron plates, modular frames, and then eventually those things would get moved to the assembly hall and put into like reinforced plates, stuff for phase 2. You see on the screen the versatile framework and the automated wiring. So those would be joined by buildings for the steel, copper, as well. Oh, concrete as well. So, with that, it's going to be basically going to have a concrete slab laid over top, not much higher than the factory, than the miners themselves, because I really don't want that thing clipping through. But anyway, so they're all going to be then fed into an assembly hall, where once they fill up a stack of 3 industrial storage containers, and then a dimensional depot, they will then be moved by a smart splitter to awesome sinks. So, yeah, and I plan to try to build as much as I can of the space elevator components here, but given that this is only my second playthrough of Satisfactory, I'm not exactly skilled enough to basically build mega factories and whatnot, so I'm going to be building modular factories throughout the map and sending them via trains into here, into this area. Eventually I'll have a train depot spotted, maybe 1, 2, or 3 places, I'm not sure. Drone ports as well, so eventually that'll be what happens. So it'll be, first things first, to be concreting all this up, and then getting ready to start the first factory, which will be reinforced iron plates. And then next would be modular frames beside it. And then the last one, at least the initial one for this episode, would be the plates, rods, and screws building, which carry all 3. And then I'll show you where I'm going to put the storage shed, and then the assembly hall. I'll say alliance. I don't know why I think I was saying alliance, but anyway. So yeah, that's what's going to happen for today. And yeah, I'll get to it, and whoa, I didn't actually mean to yeet myself off the hill there. But once I get through and start and get this all built up, I'll be right back. Okay. See you then. Welcome back. And so I've got the platform all set up, and for the first factories. So the first one is going to be the reinforced iron plate. Hello, flying thing. The next one is going to be the modular frame factory. And then the third one will be plates, rods, and screws. And then those 3 will then be joined eventually, but not in this episode, by copper, concrete, and steel. And everything will be fed into a storage unit, which I will build in another episode as well. But this first episode is just going to be getting the other 3 in place. And so the designs I'm going to use are going to be based off a YouTuber, Scalti. They're going to be design Scalti's used for factories. I think update 5 versions. So the most up-to-date versions, yeah, Scalti's got on the channel. So links will be in the description. So they will be here, well, reinforced iron plate will be here, roughly, and then I forget exactly how many tiles over each will be, but there'll be reinforced iron plate, that's that one. Next one will be modular frames, and then the plates, rods, and screws. And then over here, somewhere here, I'm going to have concrete factory, and then a little ways over I'm going to have the storage bin, and then a ways over that, as I show you my radio tower, the steel factory is going to be over here, and then copper is going to be on the other side of the L over there, and then in here somewhere, I think, as I haven't quite finished fully mapping out everything, the alliance hall, or the assembly hall, will be put here, and then those will be tasked with building the phase 2 parts and sending them off to the space elevator. But I'll fix that. I'll put the assembly hall and everything into its own video. That'll be the last thing. So kind of like it'll be a 3-phase project. First phase will be getting reinforced iron plates, modular frames, plates, rods, and screws up. Second one will be concrete, steel, and the storage bin. Oh, and copper. Excuse me. And then last video would be assembly hall and getting ready for phase 2. So that's what I've got started. So with that, I will get started on the factories and then come and get you when I'm done. All right, welcome back. So I've got the 3 first factories all done. So we got on the far left, got the reinforced iron plates, and then the modular frames and plates, rods, and screws all the way over there. So these are all done. These first 2 are basically pretty much carbon copies of what Scalti built, so I'll link the builds of those in the description. I have some painting to do on that one. So go in and show you a little bit. So if you've already seen Scalti's video of this, you'll pretty much know what's coming. So I forgot about that. Got all the stuff down there, and then I think it's just, yeah, the plates up here. So everything's set up, so it's great design and helps make a stable amount of reinforced iron plate, which I'm going to need. And then up here is where the assemblers are. Everything should be all good. So everything should, in theory, just need the ingots to get started. Everything should be powered. Everything's correct on this one, so just gonna double check. Yeah, yellow. As long as I see yellow lights, everything's on standby, ready to go. Alright. Whoops. So then I can head over here. Catwalk either side and get out. And this one is the reinforced iron plates. So again, another Scalti design. So yeah, first floor, and then up here with the rods, and I think just might be plates and rods, I think. Yeah, okay, yeah, plates and rods here. Alright, so everything there is fine. Heading up, oh yeah, yellow. And then more, I think here are the screws. And then some assemblers. And then up here is all done. Now, the reason the roof is like this is because, although it's not appearing yet, oh, there it is. The floating thing there comes up and hovers just above the roof. So it allows them to pass by without actually clipping through. So it looks like everything fits. So, and then there's down there the plates, rods, and screws. So, I mean, never mind. I was just thinking myself for a second. Probably could put the hub up here or up there, but decided not to. Did I? Yeah. What do you know? You can actually hear it hit the glass. Nice. Alright, so as it's coming, whatever this floating thing is, it's coming towards it, it'll start to lift up. There we go. Turn and lift. And okay, so I still have plenty of room on the hub to fit over top. And then it'll come up and not just pass over top here and not clip through. and then go away, and then that's perfect. So I forgot I still had my flashlight on. Alright, so that's good. This is all set up and ready to go as well. All I need to do is just reconfigure everything. So then I'll go down to the plates, rods, and screws. Again, another pathway. And this is using elements from Scalti's designs, but pretty much just put it together myself. As far as I know, there's no real formal design for it and stuff, so I think rods only appear. Yeah, all four yellow, everything yellow. And then I got screws here, I think. Yeah, screws. And then plates, plates over here. And yeah, I got the portable crafter, the MAM, and a workbench. So I might move the hub up here and then reconfigure the roof, considering the clearance I have. So, but yeah, everything looks good. So all I'd have to do now is just disconnect everything, all my original stuff, and then reconfigure, remodify the all three miners here, which are all normal nodes, and then reposition them and then hook them up to the inputs. So, which I'll show you now. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So, out and down, and then these are the three inputs. So, input to that one, input to this one, and input to that one. So that's all that said and done. And then on the other side, I don't like to clip through, I like to walk past. This little jut out here, I'll pop it open, is where the outbound stuff is going. And it's going to go in, and I think what people mostly call sandwich layers, to what I build eventually, the storage area. So this one's the reinforced iron plates output. I intend to have each of them go into a smart splitter, to then I can divert them to the assembly hall to make stuff for the space elevator. So that'll build in another video. And then the modular frames, same sort of setup, except for over here, and the fact that it's right part of the factory, with access into the factory from there. Oh, I didn't actually put the walls all the way up. Oops. Alright, let me do that now. Okay, well, that's almost done, but anyway. And then, same thing with the plates, rods, and screws, except for because there's three outputs, I've got it all set up into a merger first, or into a merger, and then they'll all be splitting. So these I think will be fine. I'll just put them into their own path. But yeah, so each everything will have its own path to either get to the assembly hall or the smart splitter, but I'll do that in a later video. So, but yeah, that's all said and done. So, and I'll hook them up and get them running later. But what I'm going to do now, material, oops, X, come on, there we go. Repaint those. Should have been concrete from the start. There we go, everything's now concrete. Yep, everything is concrete. Alright, that's good. So, that's all done, and I have a side entrance for this one. But the other two, the plates rather than the screws, don't have the side entrance, so they just have the one. So, yep. All right, and that is where I will leave it for this episode. And next one we'll be starting up the storage bin area. So. With that, that's where I'm going to leave it for the day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching on this episode. And hope to see you in the next one. And if you feel like I've earned it, like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. See you then.